All right, so welcome back to this YouTube channel. So in the last video, we have developed a. In the last few years, we have developed some projects and two projects. Uh, text summarization project and a text summarizer and also a neural um, language translator. We have used the architecture, transformer architecture, the attention architecture to actually develop both of these projects. And I really hope that you have gotten to understand the architecture and hopefully like understand what's going on inside the black box that have been the black box of the transformer. So now that you have understand what is going on to the language models, in the language models you can actually try to shift like change something with the architecture maybe. But don't worry if you still don't have if you still can't build the model from scratch. Don't worry if you can't improve the performance, because there are obvious reasons. Because if you look at our models and compare them to actually the real models, yes, the performance is not very good because the data we have trained on is very less. The data we have trained on is very limited. We have only 55,000 lines or something. Whereas in while training bigger models for like huger companies with bigger industries, let's say, you'll get access to much more data. So if you are a machine learning or deep learning engineer and you see like huge amounts of data, then you'll probably be very happy. And also you we don't have that powerful computer. That is why we haven't used much sophisticated, much complex architecture. We are just trained a common like a one encoder, one encoder model. So that also will be the reason. And we are also trained for less epochs. That is why we have didn't got that much performance in the last video. So in this video, so that is why we have many pre-trained models. Many like many models like this are pre-trained. Like NLP models are pre-trained. We can just access these pre-trained models to actually like build or use it for our specific applications. So let's say if you are an organization, let's say maybe we want to add a chat bot, you can just use the chat GPT and maybe have some just buy the subscription maybe. And like just use these powerful models. Or even BERT, there are many powerful language models. And even TensorFlow Hub, if you just go to places like TensorFlow Hub, I'll show this to you. Go to a place called TensorFlow Hub. So this is a collection of like powerful models. So if you are like very small organization or something, you can just use these powerful models. So go to TensorFlow.hub, go to C models, and you could download some powerful models like that are trained on like huge amounts of data with some huge computational power. I can just search for problems. You can just go through problem domains. Let's say, for example, text. Let's say the thing we are doing right now. Let's say text question answering. Let's say text question answering. Right. Let's do this. Right. So you'll get some models. You can download these models. Right. Click on any model. You can download the model. Right. So I want to go. So you can download the model. You can either download a model or copy the URL. And there is a function called, there is actually a library called TensorFlow Hub. And you can just call this hub and use this link. We have actually, I think we have in the Inception network and the ResNet network, we have used the pre-trained Inception, right? I think we have used the same TensorFlow Hub. I think, yeah, maybe we did. So yeah, you get the idea, right? So we use TensorFlow Hub library, and we can just copy this URL, and the model will be downloaded into the environment in Colab in this case, and then we could use this pre-trained model. So that is the idea of TensorFlow Hub. Now we are going to use a similar, we are going to use a similar approach. We are going to use a pre-trained transformer. So there is actually a library called transformers. Uh, it consists of many language pre-trained language models, transformer language models. So I have run this thing. So the idea is, there is a, so from first we'll install transformers, right? So we'll just install transformer first, and then there are these functions. We'll import these functions from transformers model for question answering, right? After that, we can just because we could just initialize it, like specify which models we can use. You could definitely experiment with the names here. You can just experiment with different things and see which is performing good. So and then we have I have pasted some text, any text. We should specify the context first. What is the context? I have just picked up some a little description of OpenAI, right? You know about OpenAI, right? They are the company that have developed the DALI, ChatGPT, and all that. So they are Sam Altman, Sam Altman. So I have pasted some text about that, and now we could give this context and we could ask questions, which is amazing. Like if you look at the performance, I have asked the question: does OpenAI? Let me say this question. Let's say, what is the goal of OpenAI? Right? What's the goal of OpenAI? We have said, sorry, OpenAI. Right. So as you can look at it, the answer is, yeah, good answer. Promoting and develop friendly AI. Actually, the answer is actually the same text is actually inside here. Just show you. So I'm going to show it here. Yeah. So OpenAI conducts AI research with declared intention of promoting and developing friendly AI. So therefore, you can just get that part of this prompt. So you can just get that part of the prompt, which is amazing, right? Not very powerful like ChatGPT, but like that is the reason you haven't probably heard about this model, right? All this library, but still pretty good, right? And there are number of language models that are available. So what you can do is, like, if you want to develop any language model or chatbot or something, just go online, right? Just find any model, maybe TensorFlow trained model or PyTorch trained model, and just you can just download these weights, or there will be probably h5 files, model.h5 files. Like, let's say, uh but let's say there is all this pre-trained model. You can just download this model and use it for your own purposes. And as there is a number of models like this, you can definitely use them for your problem. And some models you can actually pre-train this model. You can actually train this model again. You can just fine tune this model on your data. So just so it also performs well on your data, you can just use this already trained model and train it again on your data, so that it can work better for your problem. So that's it. I think that's it for this video. So this is a question answering model. Not like that is a good thing about in this age. You can just use these powerfully trained models and work for your problem. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.